Now you know that insulin is converted into the mature form, or it is synthesized in the three steps. So now we will study the mechanism through which these three steps are carried out, and mature insulin is formed and released in the blood. So basically, first of all, as I told you, that the ribosomes are basically responsible for the synthesis of the insulin. Like other proteins, ribosomes, through translation and through transcription, they are responsible for synthesis of many proteins. So in these ribosomes that are attached to the endoplasmic reticulum, due to which the endoplasmic reticulum are known as the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So these ribosomes synthesize the insulin through transcription and through translation. When this protein or this insulin is synthesized, it is in the form of the preproinsulin. Means it consists of A chain, it consists of B chain, and it consists of the C chain. Now, this preproinsulin, after synthesis, it consists of, as I told you, it consists of a signaling molecule. Now this signal transduction or translocation occurred through this molecule, and there is the entry of the insulin into the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and this signal molecule is important for the entry of the insulin into the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Now, when the this insulin get enter into the rough endoplasmic reticulum, so many changes takes place inside the rough endoplasmic reticulum. First of all, what happens that the insulin rearrange itself. Now, you guys know that there are various structures of the proteins. There are primary structure, there are secondary, tertiary, and quaternary structures, and proteins are able to reform them, reshape them, to change their structure. So in the rough endoplasmic reticulum, what happens that the insulin rearrange itself so that the bonds can be formed, so that the C chain can be separated, or in other words, you can say that the insulin from the pre-pro form is being converted into the pro form. So first of all, what happens that it rearrange itself into a new conformation, and after rearrangement there is the formation of sulfide bonds between the A chain and the B chain. Now there are so many changes that are taking place here that you can summarize as that there is the folding of the protein that takes place in the lumen, there is the oxidation, there is the formation of the new bond, and at the end there is the cleavage too. Now, what is oxidation involved here? Basically, the formation of the sulfide bond is termed as the oxidation here in this formation of the proinsulin. Now, remember that preproinsulin is synthesized in the ribosome, moved inside the endoplasmic reticulum, and now it has to be and move to Golgi apparatus to form the mature insulin. Now this is the proinsulin, and now it will enter the Golgi apparatus, where it will be stored inside a vesicle or a immature granules. Now everything that will happen inside this immature granule. This is basically a secretory pathway that involves the ribosome, endoplasmic reticulum, and then the Golgi apparatus that is mostly known for packaging the things out into the vesicle. So now let's see that what is happening inside this vesicle. Inside this vesicle, the protein or our insulin is being converted into the mature form of the insulin. How it will be converted into the mature insulin? Like, it is not so that everything is happening on its own. Obviously there are some enzymes, there are some regulators that are regulating this conversion, this formation of the insulin from the preproinsulin. So the enzymes that are involved here are the pro-hormone convertases, the PC1 and the PC2. What they do, they attach at the site where the C terminal is attached to the A and B chain, and then they cause the cleavage of this C chain from B chain and the A chain. Now after that cleavage, what happens that there is another enzyme that is involved, that is known as carboxypeptidase E. Now, this carboxypeptidase E is basically involved in carrying out this chain, or you can say the removal of the C chain from the granule. So this C chain will be removed from here. And the remaining is the mature insulin that is ultimately formed inside the granule. So how many enzymes are involved in the maturation of the insulin? There is the prohormone convertases, and there is the carboxypeptidase E that is involved in the synthesis of the insulin. And this is the final structure of the insulin, or the mature insulin. Now, the mature insulin has been synthesized in this inside this immature vesicle. Now, what happens that as along with this synthesis of the mature insulin, the vesicle also mature, and ultimately the granules are formed, or the firm granules are formed, that are then stored inside the cells. Now, inside this Golgi apparatus, and whenever there is any stimulus, like there is the high level of the glucose, there is high level of any other amino acid inside the blood, there is the presence of fatty acid. So all of these stimulus, what they do, they trigger the release of these granules from the Golgi apparatus, and these granules are then released, and the insulin is just splashed out inside the blood, and it performs its role in decreasing the blood glucose level, increasing the lipogenesis, and increasing the utilization of the glucose inside the muscles. So this is the mechanism through which the insulin is being synthesized from the preproinsulin in the ribosome to proinsulin in the endoplasmic reticulum, and the mature insulin in the Golgi apparatus.